Yeah.
It's there's still plenty of time, but Frankfurt really need to get something going here.
Yeah, the sooner the better for them. And I think that I'm hoping this game might actually go to the overtime. And I think there's a big chance of that happening. And there's a chance for Frankfurt.
Ooh,
Oh, he missed. Damn.
he tried.
That one was very close. It wasn't that far away.
Well, it was almost another. It was almost another mistake.
Mistake on the defense.
Yeah,
Was that? Yeah, he was all side. Everything was great, except he
except
just
yeah, except the finish.
not the softest of a touch. Did
Yeah.
you had any bets going on in this game, Chris?
No, I decided to take it in just as a fan, and I saved my action for the MLS tonight. How about you, Gordon?
Yeah, we got quite a lot of the MLS going on today, Chris. I did take Eintracht to lift the trophy at minus 141. I got it yesterday, so I decided to go for it. But I just hope that they can get on the scoreboard now and that they can get it in the overtime or even in the regular time. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I would. Especially like you said, if you had the 90-minute Frankfurt money line, but again, I think if anything, personally, I think we're headed towards the 90-minute draw here. If Frankfurt can get something.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll keep you posted, guys. For those of you who are not watching the game, I have it on here. Chris has it on his big screen, so we'll definitely start screaming if Eintracht scores a goal here.
You'll scream. I'll just kind of be like, eh.
Now, Chris, you mentioned the MLS today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10
And
games today.
yeah,
10 games. Which was your favorite?
in terms of betting value, I don't want to spoil it because I kind of want everybody to still go back and check it out. But for our play from the video, I love New York City FC on the money line. You're getting a fantastic price with them at that. I think it's still in plus money. Let me just
It's
let
plus
me
100, yeah, but it dropped since yesterday by about 20 cents. It was plus 120, 125 yesterday. It's plus 120 right now, so
Goran, can
definitely
I don't want to spoil something.
go.
The equalizer's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, there it is.
Damn, that was a nice move from a striker, eh?
Yeah.
Why is
I,
my the zone about 30 seconds late? Fuck's
well, no,
sake.
trust me. I saw it maybe a split second before you did, but I only did it because I was on my book and I saw 1-1.
How can the books be faster than the video stream here that we have, Chris?
Don't
That's so
ask
annoying.
don't ask questions you don't want the answer to because then all of a sudden they're going to be like, "Hey, you're asking too many questions."
It's, freaking books have a hard line anywhere, somewhere, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But glad they scored it. Happy about it.
I thought you were gonna be freaking out. And see, now you're the one with the. Huh.
I get annoyed by the zone,
Ugh.
but it was Kostic got an assist. We talked about that yesterday, Chris. It was like what plus 230 or something like that on
Yeah,
him to get an
that was a
assist.
great price. Yeah, I wonder what the
And
price would have been on a Rebo to score for Rangers.
oof, I'm not even sure what the price of that
Oh
was.
God, it would have been something nice. I'm sure.
You know what? Somebody asked me on Twitter at halftime if I would take over 2.5 goals now that after the first half was over, and I said no. And look at it now, 1-1 in the 68 minutes, 69th. It could happen that we see another goal here to get that over 2.5. So if that person took over 2.5, I'm thinking the odds were probably insanely big, but
Hmm.
nice.
A cooling break.
Well, it must be very hot in
Yeah,
Serie
I
A.
guess so. Oh yeah, I guess. I forget. I forget. I thought it was in Paris, but I'm like, no, that's the Champions League.
I read today that the Conference League finals is being played in Albania for some reason.
Oh,
Of all the countries,
I was gonna say
they went to Albania.
if that's gonna tell you the state of where the Europa Conference League is, maybe.
Well, that competition was made kind of for those poorer teams, and then you have in the finals you have Roma playing in the
Right,
finals.
of course. Like I don't get it. Oh, see, here's okay. So this is fantastic. Albania declares a holiday for the Europa League Conference League final.
Yeah, I read today it's gonna be a national holiday for the Conference League final. I think they're playing what is it Friday or Wednesday next week?
May 25th, so Wednesday next week.
Well, Wednesday next week. Yeah,
Roma and Feyenoord.
should be an interesting game. Apart from that, little draw against Feyenoord, against Marseille in the second leg, Feyenoord has been scoring a shit ton of goals, Chris.
Yeah, I will say Air Albania Stadium
Looks nice, eh?
pretty nice on the outside. I don't lie.
I I think it's a new stadium. They built it not that long ago. I'm not sure which team plays on it though, but I think it's their national stadium too. So it is a pretty nice stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
Air
It looks like it's just
Albania.
like it's just like the national stadium.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Back to the MLS,
back to the
Chris.
MLS. Yeah, I'm seeing plus 105 on New York City FC, but still, I think that's a fantastic price. I think you can't go wrong. I mean, it's a convincing edge for New York City FC, who have been scoring goals just in bunches lately. And DC United, they have picked up, I think it was 4 points in their last six, but it doesn't change the fact that New York City's the best, one of the best teams in the East right now, and I think they find a way to get the job done here.
Yeah, you know what? I've been looking some stats here. New York City hasn't lost any of their last 7 games. Uh, but they haven't won any of their last 5 games on the road, and so far this season they are winless on the road, and that kind of worries me a bit. But DC United has a ton of injuries right now. They're missing like 5 or 6 players, and I think that NYC is due for a win on the road, Chris. And at plus 100, I think that's definitely worth taking, or plus 105, like you said, on some books. But I do like New York City on the money line here.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal a bit of a phrase from one of my buddies, Tony Brown. It only takes one match to stop a slump and one to start a streak, and I think that's kind of where I'm at in this one because yeah, NYCFC have struggled on the road, and yeah, they've only they've only scored one goal on the road so far this season, but again, there's a bit of a gulf in quality for me right now, and I think that just proves to be the difference here. DC struggled to get past Inter Miami, and Inter Miami right now just not a good team, and I think they're gonna have a bit of an issue with NYCFC here.
Yeah, and New York City has also been one of the best offensive teams in the league so far, with 21 scored goals in 10 games only. They are conceding on average 1 goal per game, but when you play against the team that's not scoring a lot in DC United, the team that has a lot of injuries, I think we should see a pretty solid performance from New York City on the road here, and I think they get their first win of the season on the road in this game.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Now, I mentioned yesterday this Houston Dynamo and Seattle Sounders game, and I still do like both teams to score in this one. I was just trying to pull up the price here. Let's see what it is. Both teams to score right now. Uh, where are you? Minus 134. I do like it.
Yeah, yeah. I think and I don't think I think both teams to score and stuff like that. MLS doesn't get enough credit for props like that, like over 2.5. Both teams to score. We talk about goals in the Australian League. MLS is pretty good
Yeah,
for them as well, more often than not. So, yeah, I can see both teams to score in that one.
yeah. Now, you did mention Inter Miami and that they're not in good form. I would kind of disagree halfway, because they have only 2 losses in the last 6 games. They have been scoring pretty consistently this season, and now they're playing against this Philadelphia team, the team that hasn't won any of their last 6 games, but the team that's still undefeated at home this season.
Yeah, and they're still top of the table. They picked up points in 10 of their first 11 games. But I don't know. For me, I see Inter Miami, and this is a team that sort of came into MLS with a lot of fanfare. Obviously, David Beckham sort of leading the charge there, leading the ownership group, and you look at just at their last three matches. A draw against DC United that we just talked about, and then shutout losses to Charlotte FC and New England Revolution, and I don't know. I'm not seeing it with Inter Miami. Maybe I'm just jaded here, but I still think that Inter Miami I think they're in a bit of trouble early on right now. It's going to take them a while to get out of this tailspin. I think they will eventually, but right now they're just not a team I'm looking to back.
You know what? I do actually like both teams to score over 2.5 in this one, especially at plus 150 price. Not because Inter Miami can score goals or can't score goals or whatever, but because Philadelphia's defense is not good right now. They have been conceding goals in each of their last 6 games. In some games more than one. So uh, I know that, like you said, Inter Miami is not in good form right now overall, but they are the team that can score goal. They are the team that has Gonzalo Higuain up front, who has been pretty much walking on the pitch since he got to Inter Miami. He hasn't ran probably 4 miles altogether, but I think he's the type of a striker that can get it kind of, I don't know, find himself into the chance anytime he wants. So I can see Inter Miami scoring at least one goal here. So plus 150 on both teams to score it over 2.5. Think I might swing that.
Yeah, and this is why we always say to shop your lines, look for different books. Even the betting odds page at Pick Dogs has different books because you can find different books that'll give you maybe boosted odds on certain props, certain correct scores. I'm seeing a correct score of 3-1 Philadelphia at plus 1400, and I think that's definitely a correct score I would look at in this game.
Now, Chris, we talked about a few more games yesterday, so we'll skip the MLS for now. There is a parlay that we have, guys, up on YouTube, so go check that one out. Both of our games in that parlay are from the MLS, so I would say let's move on to tomorrow, Chris, and let's start with that Bundesliga relegation promotion playoffs. We got Hertha and Hamburger SV facing off tomorrow. We did talk about that game as well a bit, but what are your thoughts about that?
I really, really like the double chance with Hamburger. I know a lot of people are thinking that maybe Hertha, they realize the hole they've dug themselves in and kind of want to come back with their backs up against the wall a little bit. But for me, a playoff like this, being the team that's, trying to hold serve in the Bundesliga and trying to retain your spot, it's a bad enough spot to be in. But when you look at the way that Hertha sort of ended up in this relegation playoff, I think it sort of does them a little bit of a disservice here because we talked about it in our video, Goran. Stuttgart was dead to rights in that game. They were pretty much headed for the relegation playoff, and they managed to suck out that last second winner to save themselves and then force Hertha in there. You got to think Hertha's a little bit dejected. And I think Hamburger is hungry. I don't know the exact number, but it's been a few years since Hamburger was in the.
I think they got relegated in 2017-2018 season.
Yeah, but this was still a proud Hamburger team that was a fixture in the Bundesliga for years before getting relegated. But I think they want to get back in, and I think that drive combined with Hertha's dejection only fuels that here. So I think I'm going to take a shot on the double chance. It was actually a pretty decent price, all things considered, when we looked at yesterday. I think it was around minus 175.
It still is here in my book, minus 175.
Yeah, see, this is why you got to check out your lines and try to get the best possible one. I'm seeing minus 188. I'm falling out of love with the double chance at that price, but again, I still think it's probably the way I would go in this one.
Yeah, you know what? I think you said it yesterday. There isn't much difference between the bottom 3 teams in Bundesliga and the top 3 teams, or even top 4 teams in Bundesliga too. I think that quality-wise, they're somewhere all together. I would say pretty much even. Like you said, Stuttgart got very lucky to avoid the relegation playoffs. Hertha, unfortunately, they had a tough opponent in the last round. They were playing against Borussia Dortmund, and they got ahead, but they lost in the end. So I actually think that Schalke and Werder Bremen, who were the top two teams in Bundesliga, two are better than I would say the bottom 5 or 6 teams in Bundesliga, pretty much.
I mean, it's not. That's not out of the realm of reality. I think it's definitely a valid point, and this kind of makes you wonder if maybe there should be more than one relegation playoff. But
Yeah.
we do with what we have right now, and I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I do think Hamburger is a live dog as well as the draw in this game.
You know what? The first leg is always important, especially if it's on the road. Well, maybe not so much right now since they took that away goal from the rules, so there is no more away goal here. But nonetheless, I think that if you get a positive result from the first leg on the road, I think that the chances of you passing through or advancing or getting promoted or whatever are rising rapidly after that because the second leg is at home. The pressure is not as big as it was if you lost that first leg. So I do like the double chance on Hamburger. It's -175 on my book. I'm also kind of leaning towards first half draw at +112. I don't think that either team will be too eager to attack, especially in the first half. So I think I might take something on that as well.
I mean, it's definitely yeah, it's definitely an option. I mean, I think it is going to be a bit of a feeling out process. Neither side will want to be the first one to blink and make that first mistake. So yeah, first half draw doesn't sound half bad either, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, EPL tomorrow, Chris. We got 3 games, and those are all makeup games. We have Everton and Crystal Palace, the game that was postponed in round 33. We got Aston Villa and Burnley, and if everything goes right, I think that Everton could secure their spot here.
I hope so. I mean, you're talking to the resident Everton fan around these parts, but again,
There aren't many in Canada, guys.
yeah, exactly. It's yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But you know, I think Everton know what they're up against here, and we said it in the game against Brentford and leading into that game that I even said that sounds or feels like a game that Everton would drop because it you step up to the good teams and you fold against the average to below average teams, and I worry the same thing about this game against Crystal Palace. But again, I think Everton know what they're up against, and you don't want to have to go against Arsenal with all your basically your Premier League life on the line in the final day of the season when Arsenal still have something to play for. So uh, I'm still going to stick with Everton. But I think my stronger play in that one's both teams to score. I don't expect anything to be easy for anyone here.
I'm actually surprised that Everton is -125 favorite against Crystal Palace. I know that they are at home here, but Everton is the team that has a ton of injuries, and they have a couple of suspended players because of those stupid red cards they got in the previous game against Brentford. But I mean, Crystal Palace hasn't been the top team in the EPL. However, they are not a bad team. They are the team that can score goals and the team that can kind of step it up defensively. And when you have a struggling team like Everton is the team that really is not scoring goals consistently, I think this might be a tough game for them. I do like the under, which doesn't happen often. But once again, one of my best picks for this game will be first half draw at +110.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, it's one of those games where I'm going to be sitting on pins and needles for 90 minutes. There's no hiding that for me. But again, I think at the end of the day, both teams probably get on the score sheet in this one.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, this is the game where Everton's fate could be decided because Burnley is playing against Aston Villa. And yes, Aston Villa has basically nothing to play for, but Burnley has just been terrible this season so far, Chris. Both defensively and offensively, they had that blitz, to say like that, where they had a few wins and a couple of draws or whatever. They got out of the relegation zone for a minute there, but they are back in it right now. And honestly, what more can we expect from a team that has scored only 32 goals in 36 games so far?
Yeah, I don't know. You know my opinion on this game. This is where I have a bit of bias in this one, but I think the EPL pretty much almost all tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a stay away for me, at least personally. I'll dabble something on that Chelsea Leicester game, but the relegation battlers I'm probably not going to want to stay away from because I want to bet with my head and not with my heart.
Yeah, exactly. I personally might take Aston Villa on the money line plus 105. At least I was thinking about it. Now I see that Emiliano Martinez is out for some reason. He's their starting goalkeeper. So on the other side, Burnley has a ton of injuries as well. They're missing like 7 or 8 players, and they are the team that really can't afford to be missing that many players because they don't have a lot of depth, and overall their form hasn't been that great. So they got to take everything they can get. But I'm kind of leaning towards Aston Villa. I'll have to look into it a bit more and see if this is worth taking it or not.
Yeah, like I said, me personally, I am biased towards this because I wouldn't mind seeing Burnley drop the points and help Everton get closer to safety. But the reason I was leaning towards Villa, if anything, in that game is just because Burnley only Norwich has scored fewer goals than Burnley this season, and I mean, last I checked, you got to score more goals than the other team to get all 3 points, and Burnley's also won just twice on the road the entire season. So I think that's why I was sticking with Aston Villa. I know desperation can make teams do crazy things, but I don't know if it's crazy enough to get the win in this one.
Yeah. Now you said you will dabble in Chelsea and Leicester. What are you gonna dabble in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chelsea and both teams to score. I think there's some pretty good odds on that, and I keep seeing this game as either 2-1 or 3-1 for Chelsea. You know, I think Leicester want to put their best foot forward after what I think many for them would consider a disappointing season. You know, flaming out of the Champions League and just fizzling out. Period. And sorry, the Europa League. Excuse me. And just having a disappointing finish in the league table, just overall. On the flip
Oh,
side, Chelsea, they want they want to sort of make amends for their own tough finish, but I mean, top three isn't necessarily tough, but this was a team that many considered, including their fans, obviously, to challenge for the league title. So I think both teams are going to come out here. I do think Chelsea is the one that gets the win, but again, I see both teams getting on the score sheet here. I'm just trying to pull up the odds for it.
both teams to score minus 121, and Chelsea and both teams to score plus 190.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm getting that around plus 187, plus 190 as well. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I lean in this game.
You know what? Me personally, I will stay away from sides. Can Chelsea get a win here? They definitely can. But the other team has anything to play for left in the season. Like you said, Leicester season has been disappointing, and they haven't won anything. They haven't done much. And honestly, I feel a bit sad for them because they are a great team, the team that is doing all the right moves, but they had so many injuries, so many COVID cases at the start of the season, and they just couldn't shake that off. Uh, Whenever they started playing well, someone else got hurt, and they kept missing their best players. Jamie Vardy was out pretty much for half the season, and yet he is still their leading goal scorer so far this season, and he will stay their leading goal scorer. Now he is available for this game. I expect a great match from him. Uh, like I said, I'll stay away from the sides and I'll take both teams to score an over 2.5 in this one. It's also plus money. It's plus 116. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 2-2 game or something like that. There's no pressure on anyone here. Like I said, they have nothing to play for except for their pride and fans or whatever. So I see it kind of an open and fun game with a lot of chances, and I think we see goals.
Yeah, I still think that Chelsea probably the play for me at home, but yeah, I think we both agree in this one that at least we're going to see goals. It's just a matter of obviously how many from both sides.
Yeah. Chris, we are in the 90th minute in the Europa League finals. 5 minutes of additional time. Eintracht had a great chance a couple of minutes ago. Still 1-1, of course. Looks like we will be going to the overtime, possibly even penalties, but we'll see. Now, that's it. That's all that we have for tomorrow, Chris. So I suggest that we move on with the parlay
Yeah.
for tomorrow. Do you
Yep.
like anything enough for a parlay?
Um. Yeah, I was like, I have a game, but then I realized it's MLS tonight. Um. Go with what play you like the best, and I'll kind of go off of that. I have a couple that I.
Give me a second here. Oh, what was I gonna take? Oh, I was gonna look up the price for this game here that I have. Ooh, that's a nice price. I like Alkmaar on the money line against Heerenveen.
I was looking at that one, but then I just got kind of. I don't know. I got kind of scared off them. I don't know why, but I do like them. And you going with them without me saying anything kind of furthers that for me. But I am going to go with. You know what? Let's stay in the Netherlands. And go both teams to score in Utrecht and Vitesse.
Both teams to score in Utrecht. Oh, there's a Swiss Super League tomorrow as well. Huh. Although that's pretty much done, so nothing, nothing smart to bet there. Both teams to score. Uh, and that is at plus 208 for this parlay.
Not bad for a double.
Plus 208. Now, guys, like we said, there is another parlay that we have up on YouTube, so go check that video. We have a double with both MLS games. The double is for plus 265. So, and I would say that's a very likely parlay to hit. And of course, our parlay from yesterday's live show is still alive because we have Eintracht to lift the trophy and LAFC, both teams to score. So hopefully we'll get that one as well, Chris. But I think that's it for today, Chris. I don't suppose you'll put any soccer previews for tomorrow.
Uh, Next question.
Looks like I'll have to wait until next season for you to put any soccer previews.
Yeah, I think we're just too far gone for me to commit to soccer premiums.
No, we got some very decisive games happening this weekend, Chris.
Fair
Some
enough.
Champions League battle, title battle.
Fair enough. Well,
All right.
Goran might twist my arm. It's not.
put a put a double with two draws for
you
like plus 1,000.
Are you kidding? And then
Oh.
all of a sudden, I'm not on the soccer show anymore.
Well, we won't tell Mitch. Okay?
There you go.
That's it for today, guys. I hope you have a nice evening ahead. Hope you win some bets if you have any. If you have any NHL, ABA, or whatever, MLB maybe. For that, you have to go and buy Chris's premium packages. He's the guy for that. And if you want soccer picks for tomorrow, of course, I will have something on. Uh, I'll put up a package for tomorrow, probably a 3-pack a bit later today, so check that out, guys. And we do have a few videos coming up on YouTube, and of course, another parlay video will be up on YouTube later on today. So check that out, guys, and let's go enjoy the overtime in this Europa League finals game, Chris.
Yeah, it's time to settle in. We got 30 minutes ahead of us, potentially penalties. I'm excited.
There you have it, guys. See you guys tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.